Salem.
Salam.
Salam.
Yes, S-A-L-A-M.
Sir?
S-A-L-A-M. Yes,
Okay.
Salam.
Salam. Like Salam alaikum. Okay. A very good afternoon to you, great people. Great to be with you once again on the program The Diplomat on Armed Forces Radio 107.7 FM, the authentic voice of the Nigerian military. The Diplomat is the program where we get to look at diplomatic issues as it concerns Nigeria and other countries. I'm Jacqueline Bruce, as usual on the program. I have my co-host, Raphael Oni. He'll be serving as well purpose today as the videographer and also a co-host. Raphael, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Jacqueline. How are you?
Fine, thank you. And we have our guest today with us. He's Honorable Bamidele Salam, and he's a member of the Nigerian Parliament and was a member of the 5th legislature to the ECOWAS Parliament. You are welcome to the program, sir.
Thank you very much, Jacqueline. Thank you, Raphael.
So, can we meet you? Can our listener meet you, sir?
Okay, well, my name is Bamidele Salam, like you said. I am the member representing Ede North, Ede South, Egbedore and the Jibo Federal Constituency of Osun State in the National Assembly, specifically in the House of Representatives. I am the Vice Chairman of the House Committee on Pensions.
Okay.
I am also a member of the Nigerian delegation to the ECOWAS Parliament, which is the 5th Parliament of the ECOWAS. Well, basically, that's about me.
Okay, you're welcome to the program, sir.
Thank you very much.
Okay.
Yeah, yes, sir. You were part of the Nigeria 35-man delegation to the 5th Parliament. People normally say Nigerian parliamentarians sleep when they get to the house, the parliament. That when I mean sleep, that is, we don't take active part. You consider who you are, being an active member of the National Assembly. What impact, what will you be bringing on the table in this 5th Parliament?
Well, thank you very much. I'm not able to say so much about what had happened in the previous Parliament, but I know that wherever Nigerians are, we are usually very active, we are very boisterous, and we are people of great ideas and great vision, and we like to make impact in every situation that we find ourselves, and that will not be different this time around. The very good thing again about this particular session of the Parliament is that we have the head of the Nigerian delegation, who is the Deputy Speaker of the House of Representatives, Honorable Idris Wase, who is a man of great vision, of great energy. He's providing very good leadership for the delegation. And personally, from the first time that I stepped to the Parliament to be inaugurated in the month of March in the J Republic, I set for myself specific agenda, of trying to make impact in whichever committee I find myself. And luckily, I found myself in one of the most active committees of the Parliament, which is the Committee on Peace, Security, Political Affairs and African Review Mechanism.
Okay.
And I believe very strongly that this is a committee that should drive a lot of the programs, agenda, and the activities of the 5th ECOWAS Parliament. And I'm so determined to make my own impact as a member of that committee and as a member of the Parliament generally. So you should definitely expect that we'll have something to show for this session that we're involved in.
Okay, sir. So, Honorable, you mentioned the fact that you're in this committee. Relating the committee to the function of the ECOWAS Parliament itself, what really, because the Nigerians probably listening will just know there's ECOWAS Parliament, there's ECOWAS, there's AU, and all that. But what really is the ECOWAS Parliament for, and what benefit is it to members of the ECOWAS Union?
Okay, now the ECOWAS Parliament, like the name suggests, is the legislative arm of the Economic Community of West African States. And essentially, it is to provide the lawmaking backbone to the work of the Commission and of the member states of the ECOWAS. Now, the idea behind the ECOWAS itself is that, the world has become a global village. Yes. We are all intertwined, we are all interlinked. And, we need to leverage on the strength and opportunities that all countries in West Africa, have. What you have as a country, I may not have. Yes. We are also expected to be able to work together, especially to entrench good governance, rule of law, and security. For example, talking about security is one major issue today in West Africa. Yes. And the challenges that we have in most of the West African countries are linked together. If you look at the insurgency we have in the northeastern part of Nigeria, you know, Chad, you know, has a role to play in tackling it. You know, Mali has a role to play in tackling it, and some other countries that will work together. So, working together as a committee of nations allows, you know, our various organs of government to share ideas, to share opportunities, and to work together in an accord towards combating those, you know, issues. Again, look at the current challenge we have with the COVID-19.
Yes.
You know, the pandemic. It is an area where nations are sharing ideas, nations are sharing resources, so that, you know, we can help you know, other countries to also overcome the challenges that's coming with, you know, with all that. And then again, talking about the economy. The West Africa is supposed to be a single market.
Yes.
And we're working towards a situation where we'll have a single currency. We have a very large market. Nigeria, of course, is the largest of the market, but this affords an opportunity for Nigeria to also tap into the market of some other countries, and Nigerians who are into various, you know, businesses can also take the opportunity, you know, to tap into what they do in Equatorial Guinea, what they do in Mali, in Ghana, and some other, you know, African countries. So what I'm saying is that, you know, the purpose of the ECOWAS itself is better achieved with the parliament in place to give legal backing, legislative backing, so that each, you know, country, member nation acting know that there is a strength that they derive in terms of the laws, in terms of the principles, in terms of the policies, in terms of the programs that we're going to develop through these, you know, various organs of the ECOWAS, the parliament inclusive. Okay,
I'll come back to that, but a quick follow-up to what you just said. Looking at the ECO, that's been a recurring issue. What's the status of that now as it stands?
Now, the ECOWAS Parliament is working together with the Commission and, of course, with the heads of states of these countries to clear all the grey areas. Because the fifth parliament is new, nothing much has happened. But I'm aware that before
COVID started.
Yeah, and you know, unfortunately, because ordinarily, if not for the COVID, we should have had the first extraordinary session in the month of May. Yes. But because of the COVID, now we can't do that, and we are waiting until the time when all this international lockdown will be eased. But the core mandate of this parliament, which the speaker spoke about at the inauguration, is that we're going to pursue the issue of having a single currency, the ECO currency that unites all these West African countries. So there are issues that needs to be cleared. But there's an agreement in principle that it is for the benefit of our sub-region that we have that. It's more of a strength than a weakness. And I'm sure by the time the lockdown is eased and we have the extraordinary session, we're going to take input from the relevant committees of the parliament and then be able to push forward that agenda for the adoption of other organs of the ECOWAS.
So is it beneficial to Nigeria?
Oh, surely it's very beneficial. It's very beneficial. It allows free movement of goods and services, and enhances the opportunities we have, you know, competitively with other sub-region. With the East African sub-region, South African sub-region, it makes us stronger and more competitive.
Okay. A bulk of the Nigerian parliament in the fifth happen to be new, fresh hand. What do you think how do you think you are going to galvanize it to ensure that Nigeria must get maximum profit from the delegation? Because in the time past we have the number quite okay, but when it comes to getting things done, because few of our people are those who participate. What this new parliament, what is the vision driving you people?
Well, like I said, there is a lot of benefit in number, and with that number, we should not be seen at any point in time to be lagging behind. And the opportunity of the kind of leadership that we have now, in person of the first deputy speaker, who is the deputy speaker of the Nigerian Parliament, Honorable Idris Ahmed Wase, is a very great opportunity because, you know, right from the outset, he had made us to understand that, you know, the session that we have is a session that calls for a lot of creativity, a lot of hard work. So, like I said, I don't know what has happened in the past. Whatever happened in the past, we must be able to improve on that. But let me say something when you talk about the issue of having most of the members to be new members. Well, that is neither here nor there. The truth is that even if people are new members in the sub-regional parliament.
Yes.
You know, most of them are not new members in the national parliament,
Yes.
where they have gathered a lot of experience, you know, over the time. And then, you know, the world is a digital world now.
Yes.
We have records of what has happened in previous parliament. We know what are the laws that we can build upon. We know what are the issues that are on ground, you know, that we can work up, upon. So I want to assure you that even though we'll be working together with members from other countries, the interest of our country is also very paramount. And having that number, which is the largest single delegation into the ECOWAS Parliament, should be an advantage which we are going to use very well. Of course, we're going to network. We are not proving any superiority over any other member nation. We agree that we all have things to do together, to work together, to cooperate together, you know, in the spirit of the ECOWAS protocols. So I assure you, we're going to get the best out of this delegation to the 5th Parliament of the ECOWAS.
The issue of youth and women participation in the sub-region, how are you going to tackle it?
Yeah, that is a very important issue. I'm aware. I'm sure you are aware at the inauguration of the Parliament in March in Niger. This issue came up, especially at the level of trying to form committees and get people into various bureaux of the ECOWAS Parliament. There was the issue of trying to entrench the 35% affirmative action concerning the female gender in whatever we do, which is a very, very justifiable agitation. The only thing I know, and which I discussed with a few of our members, is that most of this agenda are better driven first from the national parliament. If you look at the Nigerian parliament, for example, the representation of women in the parliament is very low. The representation of youth is not also, you know, very encouraging. But again, it shows that we have a lot of work to do, either, you know, by having our laws amended to make certain number of percentage of participation mandatory for the female gender or for youth, or to, you know, have greater advocacy to ensure that more women and more younger persons themselves get involved. Now, the general principle in the ECOWAS Parliament, well, the ultimate, mode of getting people into the Parliament will be through the universal adult suffrage.
Okay.
But before that happens, the traditional agreement is that national parliament elect people into. But so the question now is, if you don't have enough of those numbers in your national parliament, you don't have enough women, enough youths, how do you, you know, you can't go out of the parliament to now pick people to go into the sub-regional parliament. So where the real assignment is at home. It's in the national, you know, political system, political architecture for us to be able to design it to enhance the participation of our women, participation of our youth, because this is the trend globally, and we can't be lagging behind.
Okay. All right, so one issue that always seems to be, anytime we talk to members or those who have interactions with ECOWAS, is the issue of funding. So, looking at it from the point of view of the ECOWAS Parliament, since you're giving a legal backing to what ECOWAS is supposed to do for member states, how then will you aid in ensuring that funding is not an issue? Because we both know that when it comes to funding, Nigeria plays the main role.
The biggest role.
The biggest role
Oh, yes.
when it comes to funding that organization as well as others in Africa. So what then will the parliament do? Are there laws in place? Are they looking at ways in which they can compel member states to actually fulfill their own parts?
Okay, well, unfortunately, again, we are going into a very tough time economically, globally. There's a recession globally in the economy, and you cannot give what you don't have. We know that most of the member states today are struggling to even fund their budget.
Yes.
In Nigeria, for example, we have a downward review of the budget which has been proposed by the president, which is now before the National Assembly for consideration. And the same thing is happening to most other countries. I know of countries in West Africa today that need to resort to trying to raise money, you know, to fill the shortfall in their income, especially as a result of the COVID-19 pandemic on them. So where you have this problem, again, it will affect every organ of the ECOWAS, including the parliament. But as a matter of principle, we will encourage nations to fulfill their obligations. And of course, I can assure you that Nigeria will not lag behind. Nigeria hasn't defaulted in fulfilling its obligation. We are the biggest fund provider to the ECOWAS, and will continue to do that. And then within the limit of the ability of other member states, they will also be encouraged to do that. But like I said, I think it is good for the institution to also open its mind and be aware of the fact that the resultant effect of the COVID-19 on the economy of the whole world will also, affect what happens in the ECOWAS as an institution, and of course, in the parliament. We only hope that this will not last very long to be able to overcome, most of these challenges.
Still on this issue of COVID-19, you were supposed to convey in May. Now COVID is on air. How soon do you think this the ECOWAS panel will convey? And is it not possible to have meeting virtually?
Exactly. Committees, for example, I can assure you are already working virtually. My own committee has set up different platforms which we are discussing the issues in the sub-region. The political tension in Mali, the security threat in Mali, for example, came up for discussion about a week ago. That's the Committee on Political Security and African Peer Review Mechanism. And I'm sure some other committees are doing the same. Now, the Parliament as a body, I am sure is also working on alternatives to having physical meetings. The Speaker of the Parliament has been in touch with us via email, via WhatsApp and some other measures, trying to discuss some of the thinking of the leadership of the Parliament. And I want to hope that within the shortest possible time, he will be able to convey a virtual meeting where we are going to have, a discussion of all members of the Parliament. But like I said, committees are already doing that, using Zoom and other technology to hold meetings and to discuss issues concerning the Parliament.
All right, so as we begin to wind down, let's quickly look at the Parliament's relationship with international organizations. I know you have such relationships.
Oh, sure.
So what are the benefits and what really are those relationships about?
Yeah, like when I was talking about the issue of the single currency,
Yes.
I did say that one of the benefits that we hope to derive from that is to be a more competitive sub-region. We have relationship with Parliament in the East African bloc. We have relationship with Parliament also outside of Africa. That we do send people to attend, their sessions, extraordinary sessions, conferences, and seminars. One of the benefits that gives unto us is that of capacity building. Okay. We cannot deny the fact that in terms of capacity, we still have a long way to go. Look at the European Parliament, for example. The EU is a very, very strong,
yes,
regional organization. The Parliament is very strong. We have a lot to learn from them, and there's a networking that happens at different levels between the European Parliament and the ECOWAS Parliament and some other regional parliaments everywhere, in order to build the capacity of our own Parliament to also be more proactive, be more productive, be more result oriented, and again to also ensure that some of the international agreements, protocols, understanding, and that countries in our sub-region enter into with other countries are fair to us, especially economic, protocols, agreements, and treaties that we enter into. Most of this happen at that interrelationship between the ECOWAS Parliament and Parliament of some other, sub-regions. So these are some of the benefits, and I'm sure that this Parliament will also leverage on that, to take it even furthermore. All
right, so are you going to also leverage on security partnerships?
Because of certainly, yes. Most of the things we do on security are not things that we can discuss, on air, but definitely cooperation and sharing of intelligence, sharing of resources, sharing of strategies, training, and getting support from more formidable security organizations and nations of the world are on the table at all times.
All right, sir. So your final words on Bamidele?
Well, let me use this opportunity to also tell our people back at home that one of the benefits of times like this, I'm talking of the COVID-19 pandemic, is that it should make us more original, more self-sustaining, and more inward-looking. Okay. Because it is obvious now that most of the things that you will expect that should be done at international level may no longer be happening. Every part of the world is also tackling their own problems. So we have to be more inward looking, we have to be more original, we have to be more creative, both as a government and as a people. And then finally, Nigeria is like the big brother in West Africa, and we cannot take the back seat in any of the things that we do.
Right. Thank you very much. We've been speaking with Honorable Bamidele Salam, and he is from the Nigeria's National Assembly, and of course, it was part of the 5th Parliament that just got inaugurated in Mali in March this year. And we hope to hear more from them and what they are doing.
It's still part, not worse.
It's still part of it. And will let us know what they'll be doing from time after time henceforth. Thank you so much, sir, for being a part of the program.
Thank you so much. It's a pleasure being here. I thank you, and I thank all our listeners back at home.
All right. From Raphael.
Bye.
I'm Jacqueline Bruce. We'll see you next week on The Diplomat. Stay safe.